What is good, Candy Nation? We are back at it with another banger. In today's video, we're about to be selling snacks. So you already know we gotta go get the backpack. I'm not gonna show you footage of that, guys, but we gotta hurry up and leave because we are running late. So let's get it on the intro.
Yeah, you got.
It's good, guys. We are back at the crib after selling. Had an amazing day. Literally an amazing day. I couldn't be more grateful and more thankful. Get my mind right because it's amazing. I want to show you guys what we got left. This is it. That's it. So yeah, we got a couple left. About 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 left. But guys, we did amazing today. Let's go ahead and get packed in. Let me show y'all my new stack real. See, this is the new stack we got right here. This is where we're gonna be pulling the candy from. Woo! It's so dope, guys. I'm so excited. Alright guys, so we are back. I'm wearing a different shirt, but this is a different day. But what I want to talk to you is, we are just finished the $1,000, the $0 to $1,000 challenge. And I want to talk to you guys and really get to help you understand like why this worked, how you can implement this, and how this can work for you too. Because there's a lot of videos out there on how to make $500 a week. But to be honest, you might not be able to make $500 a week. But that's not to say that you can't make $500 a week. That just means sometimes it might take you a little bit longer. But what you can do a lot easier is make your first $1,000 selling candy. And it's very possible and it's true. It worked for me and it can work for you. It took a long time. But was it worth it? Yes. And that's what I'm going to be teaching you and breaking down the challenge and showing you how you can implement this in your life, in your sales, and get the best results and get your first rack. Let's get into it. All right. So the first thing I want to show you guys exactly is what the restock looked like. Now, I don't know, I did put it in my other video, but in this video, I want to show you guys. I'm looking at it right now. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I have this much candy. And I have another shelf right here because we are going to keep on reinvesting the profits and getting bigger. I want to get like a ton of candy. I want to make this into a mini warehouse of snacks, right? So let's go ahead and get into it. right here, as you can see, I had to get the entire box off the shelf. If you look back there, you can see like it's just the entire thing. I've already taken one, but yeah, look, crazy. Okay. Now, the real question is, why did this work for me? How does this work for me? What was I able to do? Now, the first thing I always tell, listen closely to what I'm about to tell you. I am about to give you every single thing, every single step of the way to making your first $1,000 selling candy. Literally, this is everything I implemented, everything I did, and I'm about to give it to you right here. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is scale, okay? Now, you can't scale if you don't know what to scale. And what does this mean? So I want you to be taking notes because I give a lot of information out on my channel, but the thing is, if you don't take action on it, it's worthless. So I want you to start taking action on it. That way you can see some real results. You can't get real results if you don't put in real action. So you can watch this video and you can get good insight, but at the end of the day, if you go back to doing the same thing, you're going to get the same results. You know, they call that insanity, doing different things, doing the same thing, expecting different results. You're not going to get that. So I want you to take notes and I want you to implement this. And if you need more help, DM me on Instagram at the Candy King and I will help you. I love helping candy sellers. Just reach out to me and I will help you. Now, here's the thing. Here's the first thing I did. I scaled. Hands down, you have to scale. Now, when it comes to selling candy, you have to scale because in that lunchbox that I only have what sells the quickest and the best. So I don't have that much left over because I'm not selling a variety pack. I'm only selling what I know will sell out. And when you sell what you know will sell out, you sell out, which increases your daily sales. Now, let's talk about $500 a week. If you want to get to $500 a week, there's 3 things that I've gone over in my other videos: price, product, and consistency. Now, hands down, you need to be selling every single day. I don't care what you're selling. I don't care how much you're selling it for. You need to be selling every single day. That's the first thing you got to cover. You got to cover that base. There should be no days you're missing. You should take no time off. I see competition, they take time off. Oh, they just here and then they go. You cannot afford to do that. You must sell every single day, okay? So that's the first thing you got to do. All right, now you're out there testing different snacks. You're figuring out what works, and that's the first phase of candy selling. You're trying to figure out what snacks works the best for you. Now, once you've been out there selling for a month, you're gonna figure out what snacks work for you. You're gonna figure out what's selling the best, okay? And you're gonna figure out what's selling the quickest out of this variety pack, you know, because different things work for different people in different demographics, like different kids at different schools, like different things. So what works best for me might work well for a lot of people, but if it doesn't work for you, you have to find what works for you, right? I sell snacks. There's some snacks that I've sold at other schools will work really well, but don't work here. So it's about testing what your candy buyers like, okay? So that's what you got to get down. So let's say you're selling out of variety packs, right? You're selling out of variety packs. You're noticing this sells the quickest. That's what I want you to go to, every variety pack, and notice which one sells out the fastest. And next thing, after you notice which one, hold on, there's something come by. All right. So after you notice which one sells the quickest, like you're getting pretty good, you can sell them out in like 3 days or less, you need to get scaled for a week. So let's say you're selling, but you're stocked for the week already. So when I say stocked for the week, I mean, are you selling out any snacks currently in a day or two? Like 3 days or less, are you selling out any snacks like that? So the first thing you want to do is figure out what you're selling the quickest, okay? And you don't want to sell the variety of that anymore. So right here, I have the Skittles Wild Berry, right? Now, the way I knew to sell that was because I started off selling a 34-pack variety, which came with sour Skittles, wild berry Skittles, and regular red Skittles. But what I noticed is that the purple always sold out the quickest. Well, I was like, I'm not even going to keep spending money to get this entire thing, and I'm left with a bunch of reds. I might as well just go out there and get a full box of 36 of purple. And you know what? These always sell because I scaled. It's called scaling. You scale what works. So go out there. Number one, write this down. Scale your best sellers. Go out there and get stocked for the week for your best sellers. So let's say you're selling out a box. Let's say you're selling out your variety pack in a week. Well, you're selling out your variety pack in a week, but what's selling out the quickest? Once you find out what's selling the quickest, go out there and buy that entire box and then figure out how fast you sell that out. So if you sell that out in 3 days, what you want to do is you want to buy 2 of those next time. That way you're stocked for the week, okay? Now you're stocked for the week. You're going to turn 30. Let's say you get 36. Now that's what? 36 times 2, let's see, 6 plus 6 is 12. It's $92, right? Now you got $92 that week of sales just straight from your Skittles, okay? Now, what I recommend is you should have at least 5 things you're selling, which most of you candy sellers got way more than that. But what you want to do is, out of all the snacks you sell, out of all your variety packs, just start scaling your winners. Just start going out there and getting stocked for the week, which ones sell the best. So number 1, get stocked for the week with your best sellers only. Not the variety pack, the best seller in the variety pack. Get stocked for the week. That's the first thing I did. I started getting stocked for the week. I would realize I would go out here and I get different variety packs when I first started. And then sometimes I didn't get variety packs. Like these trolleys right here, I just went out there and realized that they were really good. Now I sell like 1 of those a day. And you know what you got to do? I got 1 this week. Now next week I'll be able to get me the last 2 days. Now 3 days. Now 4 days. And you want to get it to a week. Because the faster you can get it to a week, the faster you can hold on to your money. And that's really what it's about. How long can you hold on to your money before you have to go spend it? Now, after you scale your best sellers, that means you go out there, you get the best sellers, and you get stocked for them on a week. The next goal is to get stocked for 2 weeks. Now, let's assume you make $400 a week. Very reasonable, okay? Well, what's going to happen is if you make $400 a week, right? What you want to do is you want to ask yourself, can you increase that to $500 a week? Well, you might say, well, I don't know how to increase that by $500 a week. That's $100. Well, yes, it is at first, but if you figure out how to increase your sales by $10 a day, it's not that hard. You've already done $50. That's half the work. Now just do another $10. That's $100. See how easy that is? Simple. Now, the quickest way to increase and double your weekly sales, increase to $10 a day is to raise your prices. So what I want you to go out there, if you're not selling at least two $2 items, your sales are going to drop. If you sell at least two $2 items, okay? So let's say you sell, let's over here. Pull this out if I can. I sell a Twix for $2, right? Next thing I sell is Gatorade for $3, right? So I bring 7 of those Twix. I bring 7 of these Twix in. That's $14 right there added to my sales. Then I bring 4 Gatorades, right? Now, 3 times 4, that's 12. Yeah, 3 times 4 is 12. Now, that's 12 plus 14. That's $26 off the top that already just added to my daily sales. So I just increased my sales by $26 that easily by raising my price. You need to be selling at least 2 $2 items. And when you sell at least 2 $2 items, you easily increase your sales by $25. So if you're making $50, $60 a day and you introduce a $2 item, you introduce 2 $2 items, you just went from 50 to 75 to 80 range. You see how easy that was? You want to get to as close, a good number realistically to be at is anywhere from $85 to $95 a day. If you can get in that range, you are golden, okay? And that's what you got to do. So the first thing I want you to do is after you've started scaling your winners and you started getting stocked for the week, I want you to next start increasing your prices, okay? Start increasing your prices. Start selling things that are $2 each. I'm telling you what I did because this is what I did to get to where I am. And I'm trying to help you come up there with me. You feel me? Okay? So that's what I want you to start doing. Now, the next thing you got to do is once you do that to restock, right? It might take you about a month to start getting everything stocked for the week. If you got 5 best sellers, right? You got 5 best sellers. It might take you 5 weeks to get stocked for each week just for that bestseller. And that's what you got to be really deliberate when you're restocking, because you realize that every single dollar matters. Just because you have a little bit of extra profit left over from your last restock doesn't mean you go out there and test it on new products. Stop testing. You already know what works. So go out there and start selling and getting stocked on what sells the best. So next time you go restock, don't just start throwing money out there trying to test other stuff, different things. Only test after you've gotten your bestseller stocked for the week. I mean, all your bestsellers, okay? This is what you have to do. I'm being so serious when I tell you that this is what I did. So go out there and get stocked for the week. I'm going to say it 10, 20 times. Don't go out there spending all your money on different products trying to test them after you know it works. You already know it works. You've been done testing. If you haven't been testing, go test for a month and then come back to this video. Okay? Now, after you've done that, you need it's as simple as this. It's really simple. Just get stocked for the week. All I did was get stocked for the week. So I went out there and I tracked this too. And it's hard to know if you don't track. That's why I urge people to track, okay? I urge people to track. And I track this. So I have a tool coming out that I'm going to show you guys how it's super easy to track. You can track how many boxes you're selling a week. You can track how many exact items you're selling a week. Now, if you don't have that, it's you don't have that calculator, I am going to give you something that you can use very easily, that you can use to track. Okay, all you got to do is this: at the beginning of the week, write down how many boxes you have from your restock. Now, after you've gotten stocked for the week, which is very important, all you're going to do next is just get stocked for next week. And all you got to do, like I said, what I was saying earlier, all you got to do is start tracking. So write down how many boxes. So if I buy 2 boxes at the beginning of the week, now at the end of the week, I'm going to write down how many boxes I have left. Okay. So I write down the date at the top, okay? And I'll make a video outlining this, showing you guys how to do this for free. Or you can come to my training program and get the entire tool. It does it super easily. You ain't got to do this because it's a lot of mind-boggling work, I will be honest. But what I did is every time I noticed I sold out before the end of the week, I would write that snack down. I'd write it down in Google Docs, and I would write down how many days I sold out. So if I like these Snickers right here, let me get them. I was noticing I was selling these Snickers out in 3 days, and then it got down to 2.5 days, right? And so I would write that down. I was like, okay, at the end of the week, the week isn't over yet, and I sold out the Snickers. So I go write that down, and then when I go restock, I know I need 2 boxes of Snickers to get me through the week. It's that easy. Start doing that with every single snack. So if I got a box of Twix and I sell it out in 4 days, not 5, I go down and write, well, I know 1 box of Twix will get me through 4 days. So I need 2 boxes, to get me through 8 days, which is like, almost like 2 weeks, basically. And I got like 3 boxes, so I'm basically good for 3 weeks, okay? But that's what you got to notice. And if you don't know this, that's why, they say entrepreneurs know your numbers. Because if you don't know your numbers, you're screwed. And if you're screwed already, if you don't know your numbers. So start tracking this. Write down how many boxes you have at the beginning and how many you have at the end. Write down, it's easy to write down how many you sold. So if I have, let's say these boxes, Skittles. Let's say it takes me 1 week, right? Let's say in the beginning I have 36, right? And at the end I still only got 5 left. Well, 36 minus 5, right? You just write that down. Write down how many you started with and how many you ended with, right? And then you divide those numbers, and that will tell you how many you're selling a day. And you need to know that when you go to restock, how long it's going to take you to sell out a box. All right, we are back. Yes, sir. Make some noise because we are up over here at the high school location. Look what we selling today. Look at the snacks we about to be slanging at the high school. Woo! Looking mighty good. So let's see how sales go. Bro, what the heck is this spider doing on my bike? What the world?
Feel bad for paying you this fucking.
I'm gonna cash up.
That's all you want?
Oh yeah, Taylor.
Alright. Everything in here is awesome.
Hey, you got change?
Yeah, you doing cash app now. What are you trying to get?
Bro, how
Probably not. Nah, they probably.
You got big hands?
I don't have blueberry. Alright. $sign buy candy now.
Dollar sign. Hey, what's up? Wait, that's straight.
You just did. $1.
We'll get 2 of them.
Alright. One more. Alright, yeah.
I pay a kid, girl.
No, he wanted $1.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's 2 for what? Oh, shit. Man, cuz, hey, no, let me go ahead and give me that one to you. That's one for you? That's one for you. Okay, we tattooed it. Ooh, that man looks good, bro. Yeah, I got this. Nah, they
Alright guys, we are back from the high school. Sales went really well. This is all we got left. As you can see, we almost sold out, which is amazing. Great way to start off the week so far. So thank you for that. Let's go ahead and get packed for the next location. guys, we are at the elementary school location. That's what we got. Let's see how it sells.
Thank you.
Alright guys, we are finished at the elementary school location. I'm not gonna lie, sales were actually really down, like pretty low. But before, when I first started selling, I'd be really bothered about that. But now that I've been selling so long, I'm not bothered anymore. I just, it's just life. That's just what happens. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. But earlier at the high school location, I doubled my average. So you know what? It's life, and I'm loving life every day. The reason I know what to get is because I've been tracking my numbers. I know that I started out on Monday with a box of Snickers, and on Wednesday I sold out. So for 3 days, I'm like, okay, I need to get 2 boxes of Snickers. I know that I got a box of Wild Berry Skittles and 36 come in a pack, and I know that basically at the end of the week, I sold 2 out. Okay? You get that? I sold 2 out, so now I know if I get 2 more, I'll be stocked for 2 weeks. Now I don't have to come get Skittles for 2 weeks, and I get to collect that money. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? It's really easy. Take what you get. So let's say I have 36 of these in here, right? And let's say I sell 3 of these a week. Okay? Let's say I sell 3 of these a week. Okay? Well, I divide 3 by 5. Right? That's 1.5 a day. You get that? And now when you go to restock, you say, okay, I know one of these, I know I sell 1.5 of these a day. All right? Now you know you need 3 to get through the week. You need 6 to get to 2 weeks. You see how you start multiplying those numbers, and then you know how many you need to get stocked for 2 weeks. This is what I did. This is what I'm currently doing, and this is the game plan. Track. So let's go review. Number 1, you need to find out your best sellers. Find your best sellers, but you also need to be tracking your best sellers. So start tracking and start scaling. Track your best sellers, okay? Start tracking everything you're selling. Every single product you're selling. How many you start at the beginning of the week and how many you end with at the end of the week. And divide those numbers by the week and you'll see how many you're selling a day. Number 2, scale your winners. So if you see it's really like selling in a day, if you sell out that in a day, that's a bestseller, okay? You need to be scaling that for a week. Work on getting stocked for a week. That means you need to have a box for each week. For each day for the week. And then after you do that, work on doing that for at least 5 of your snacks, okay? And then after that, you'll collect your money, you go restock, you'll have that, boom. You'll be like, oh my gosh, and then work on the next week. It's easy, guys. It's easy, it's simple, but it's hard. If you don't know your best sellers, you're not scaling them. Every time you go to restock, you're throwing money at different things, testing when you've already tested and you know what sells. So, guys, this is what you guys really need to know. So, if you guys enjoyed that, hit the like button, subscribe. You know what? I love you guys. Peace out, Candy Nation. See you. Also, don't forget to check those links in the description.